If you were a kid in 2011, you probably remember themes like LEGO Kingdoms, Atlantis, and Pharaoh's Quest. But to space fans, one very unique space sub-theme was dropped. When alien forces attack Earth, only one group can stop them. Let's dive into it on this episode of LEGO Spaceport. Every LEGO space sub-theme up to this point either took place on a fake planet or a real planet that wasn't Earth, like Mars Mission. Alien Conquest was very unique in this regard because the basic premise of the theme is aliens coming down to Earth and kidnapping humans. The theme only had one wave that consisted of 2 polybags, a battle pack, and 7 sets. Even though the theme was small, the lore around it connected many LEGO themes together. Before we talk about the lore, we first need to look at the minifigures and sets that made up this theme. Now there are 3 different groups, the first being the ADU. The good guys of Alien Conquest are the Alien Defense Unit, aka the ADU. The ADU's color scheme is blue with just a bit of yellow. The main look for ADU troopers is dark azure legs, torso, and helmet. The helmet has a clear visor, and the torso has a protective vest printing on it, with ADU printed on both sides of the figure. On top of the basic printing, a few figures also had breathing apparatus printing with a parachute symbol. I'm guessing the symbol is used for pilots or paratroopers. The ADU's weapon of choice are double-barreled pistols, and some had binoculars on the end for a rifle look. The commander of the ADU is this guy, with the big toothbrush mustache. Besides him, the other notable figure is the scientist, who is a part of the ADU Science Division. His outfit is a white hazmat suit, which either has toxic waste or alien blood on it. On the back of the torso has the words ADU Inspector. Too bad you don't have an ADU outfit. That's because I'm wearing a graphic tee from Into the AM, which is definitely a lot more comfy than whatever the ADU wears. Like, the ADU might not have a lot of variety, but at least Into the AM does. And they at least have amazing graphic tees to show off your creativity. The ADU definitely doesn't have that. Who are you anyways? I'm just the part of your brain that thinks way too much about LEGO and is wondering why you aren't in a LEGO outfit right now. First off, I wanted a shirt that was a good fit, also comfy, and made me look good on camera. From March 15th to the 19th, 2024, save from 30% up to 80% off during this amazing clearance sale that Into the AM is having. Plus an additional 10% off at checkout when you use my discount code IT'sBrad10. At these prices, inventory won't last long. Alright, will you leave me alone now so I can go back to talking about Alien Conquest? Fine, I'm leaving, jeez. I gotta go ponder anyways, who's a better wizard, Gandalf or Magisto? You need help. The next group is bystanders. There were a total of 3 civilian figures we saw on the line. I think this was the perfect amount just to add a few figures to the sets for the aliens to capture, because if you had any city sets, they went perfectly alongside this theme. The main civilian, who we see throughout most of the TV spots, is the reporter Lotta Bricks. She was used in the shorts to tell the story, as she reported on the alien invasion. She is the first LEGO microphone LEGO made, and a clipboard with the Eiffel Tower and a note about the alien attack. Her torso is a red business suit with a press badge on it. The second figure who appeared in 2 sets was the businessman.
Excuse me, sir. How do you feel about the alien invasion?
Invasion? No. I don't have time for an invasion. I'm late for a business meeting.
I'd say that sums him up pretty perfectly. He wears glasses, a blue suit, and is always carrying a briefcase. The last figure is a farmer, which just plays into the alien cliche of abducting cows and making crop circles. He came in 1 set and had a pitchfork. His torso is overalls, and is the only figure out of the 3 civilians to have leg printing. The last group of figures is the invading army of the aliens. There are 6 different types of aliens we got in Alien Conquest. The aliens are lime green, and the colors used in their vehicles is light bluish gray with some lime green and purple. The first is the alien clingers, or as it's called in LEGO Legacy description, Pluvian brain beasts. They will latch onto people's heads, effectively controlling them. They had small tentacles and a single eye that stuck up off the top of the head. It fits a minifigure just like a helmet, allowing you to turn any minifigure into an alien pawn. Let's be honest, this is the real reason we got civilians, is so we could stick these on them. In its LEGO.com description, the alien commander says this about it. If you get one on your head, it'll grab and control your body to make you do my bidding. Ah ha 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 ha! Plus it'll suck out all your precious brain power to fuel my ships. I've got a pet clinger myself, His name is Captain Pluvian. I take him with me wherever I go. There are 2 different types of basic soldiers that make up the alien army. They both have magenta and black as their main color scheme. The alien trooper has a massive underbite and are seen focusing on the ground assault. Their bio reads, "Hey you, yeah you. You look like you have a pretty big brain, huh? Lots of thinking going on in there. Us alien troopers, we don't gotta do a lot of thinking, but we're really good at taking orders and shouting and smashing stuff. Oh, and shooting our lasers. Pew pew! Like that. Sometimes it's hard to remember which end of the laser to point away from us. That's why our brains are no good at powering flying saucers. So we came to Earth to get yours. Now hand over all your brains, or else. On the other hand, the alien pilot is bug-eyed and their head is jutted forward. The alien pilot's bio reads, "Dude, I love being an alien pilot. We get to fly fast all the time. We've got super quick turbocharged hyper reflexes, so nothing moves faster than us. Hey, wanna race? You'll never win because we can outrun, outfly, and outzap anything in the sky." Some of the other aliens complain that us pilots never stop talking, but that's their own problem, right? We should totally have a race, dude. Bet I can collect more brain power than you. Woo! From both bios, we can tell that the alien troopers are not very smart, while the alien pilots are genetically engineered to think and react faster. Step above the alien troopers and pilots is the alien android, also known as the alien pirate and alien cyborg. One of his legs is a metal peg leg, and one arm is metal with a claw. His Lego.com bio reads, "There are approximately 6.9 billion human beings on the planet Earth. By my calculations, the collected brain power of the human population will be enough to power the invasion fleet for 82.4 galactic time units. Your planetary defenses stand zero chance of opposing the alien fleet. Do not attempt to stop us. Do not attempt to behave illogically. I assure you that unpredictable actions will not create feedback in my circuits. Alien android system shutting down for reboot." The alien cyborg's head was only used by two other figures. A transparent brain part can pop off, revealing a blank minifigure head, and that the face is a separate part. One of the other figures that uses it is Apoxis 8, also known as the alien commander. He has a very similar head to the android, but has a red cape and gold epaulets. His torso is like a mix of an admiral uniform and an alien overlord. His legs are the tentacles from the squid warrior in Atlantis, but turned around. His bio on Lego.com reads, "Ha ha 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 ha! Greetings, puny earthlings. I am Commander Apoxis 8, but you can call me your new supreme overlord. My fleet of flying saucers has come to your world for just one thing: brain power. And once we've sucked your brains dry to power our galactic batteries, there'll be nothing stopping us from conquering the entire Earth. My plans are brilliant. My forces are unstoppable. My spaceship is really big. Total victory will soon be mine." CMF Series 8 gave us the final figure for the aliens. The alien villainess has a pink brain piece, purple cape with collar, and uses a dress piece. She has the same colors as the rest of the aliens from this line, and has a symbol we see on many other figures and ships from the aliens. I think LEGO made her for a second wave of Alien Conquest, but when no second wave happened, they just added her to the CMF line like they do with a lot of figures. On LEGO Minifigures Online, she is called the Alien Queen. She also has a bio that comes from Lego.com. "Go forth, minions, and bring me the universe!" With a name far too regal, not to mention too long and too unpronounceable to mention here, the alien villainess rules over a vast interstellar empire devoted to one thing, and one thing only: total universal conquest. From her towering citadel on the Imperial Throne World, she sends out fleets of flying saucers to every corner of the galaxy, ordering the commander of each to invade and conquer any planet they find, from the top of her pulsating brain to the tips of her tentacles. The alien villainess craves nothing less than absolute control over all of outer space. That's why it's so annoying when people try to stop her, especially that pesky intergalactic girl who keeps arriving at the last minute, escaping her brilliantly inescapable traps and messing up her plans. Don't they realize that the universe would be so much better if only everybody would swear eternal allegiance to her? This bio shows that she is the true ruler of this alien faction, and that the fleet attacking Earth is just part of an even more massive alien empire. Also that the alien commander is just one of many alien commanders. Now you know all about the figures, so let's take a look at the sets they came in. Two of the smallest sets were polybags. The first set is Jetpack, which is an ADU unit with an armor piece that a wing pack attaches to. The wings do come off easily, but overall this polybag was perfect to make a small army of flying ADU soldiers. The other polybag is ADU Walker, which literally is just a pair of legs with blasters on the side. Like, it doesn't even have a place for him to stand. This dude must be ripped because of how well he's holding himself up. After the two polybags is Alien Striker. The set contains an Alien Trooper and an ADU unit. The alien rides a small speeder that has two blasters in the front. Alien Alien Conquest Battle Pack came with 2 ADU units, a civilian with a briefcase, and an alien trooper and an alien pilot. I will say, I wish they hadn't done a pedestrian. I feel like it's just unneeded, but instead done another alien. Besides that, this set is great for building up an army of ADU units and aliens. I will say it would have been really cool if they had done 2 Star Wars like battle packs instead of this set. So like 4 ADU units in a small build and another one that's 4 aliens in a small build. Even so, it's still really cool we got a battle pack in this theme. Alien Defender was the next set. An alien pilot rides a tiny speeder that has 2 blasters. Out of all the builds in this theme, this one is probably the one that feels most like a bunch of parts just grabbed out of the bin. On the other side, the ADU vehicle is pretty solid. It's a small car with 2 flick-fire missiles and a turret. The build is simple, but the vehicle feels like something the ADU uses to whip through the city and take out small alien craft with. Up to this point, the sets are great little army builders and cheap, fun ways to get into Alien Conquest with. But Tripod Invader is when it gets interesting. The set is an alien walker that contains a pod to put abducted humans into. It had a ball laser gun in the front for ripping up the city. If the legs are taken out or the alien trooper who drives the vehicle needs to flee, the top pops off, allowing the alien to speed back to the mothership. The alien pod can also be popped off to leave the captured humans behind. Pods aren't the only way that aliens can abduct humans. UFO abduction is set away from the city in the countryside because of the farmer figure that comes in the set. The UFO ship, which definitely harkens back to the stereotypical UFO ship, can land on a minifigure and fly away with them. This is done with rubber parts on the bottom of the ship. There's also a small lever on the ship that activates a red light to add to the playability. The ADU side of the set comes with an ADU unit, 2 barriers, and a flick-fire missile. One of the ways the ADU takes to the sky to take down UFOs is in the Jet-Copter encounter set. This set contains an alien ship that sits 2 alien pilots. However, they can separate turning into 2 separate ships that can wreak havoc. To go against them is the Jet-Copter. As the name suggests, it has 2 jet engines and rotating helicopter blades, which kind of seem pointless. All I'm saying is, if it has jet engines, does it really need helicopter blades? Even with that, this vehicle is so cool. It's covered with guns and flick-firing missiles. The missiles are launched by pushing in this mechanism behind them. The cockpit isn't the only place to put a minifigure. Behind it is a pod for putting captured aliens or even injured ADU. Overall, this vehicle is just the perfect sci-fi military helicopter for fighting aliens. The alien's main spaceship is the alien mothership. This set is crazy. First off, it is really big due to it using railroad pieces to make an outer circle. All I'm trying to say is, like, look how big this thing is. This thing is huge. I mean, it's really sturdy on top of it. You could easily just hang this from the wall. The larger circle connects to the ship's bridge, where the alien commander sits. The center of the UFO has a claw for snatching humans. But the craziest feature is when you grab this handle. You can actually spin the outside ring. Doing so sets off a sound brick which emits a noise. Yeah, that doesn't get annoying at all. This is the type of toy your fun uncle would give you because he knows that it would annoy your parents. And then magically the sound box would disappear. Dad, I know what happened to that stuffed animal with the sound box in it. All right, I'm on to you, okay? Honestly, I never realized that some LEGO sets have sound features until getting this set. There are a few other LEGO sets that do have sound features like the Grand Carousel, or even the 2024 Sorting Hat. Now this set is cool, but I do feel like it's a bit of a letdown for an alien mothership. I wish they had added more space on the bridge so you could fit more aliens there than just the alien commander, or even a room to put captured humans. The last set in Alien Conquest is without a doubt the best set in the entire wave. The Earth Defense HQ is a massive armored truck. It's got a missile turret on the top that a minifigure can control, and in the front is a couple of different weapons. The truck also has a launch pad for an ADU fighter plane. A knob on the side tilts the plane upward so it can fly off and destroy UFOs. The jet itself is very well armed and has a ton of weaponry on it. Sometimes side builds and bigger sets are just kind of boring, but overall I think they did an amazing job on this fighter plane. We have to do one final play test with this, and that's, is it swooshable? We got a bogey on our tail. Oh shoot, we're making a video, aren't we? Swooshability, yeah, you know, I'd say 10 out of 10, you know, big thumbs up. This vehicle also lives up to the HQ side of its name. The inside of the truck is divided into multiple sections. Lifting up the front windshield reveals a cabin that 3 minifigures can fit into, and probably more if you do it right. Behind the cabin, 2 side doors open up to reveal a pod. That is the same type of pod that is on the Jet-Copter. This one holds the alien cyborg and can easily be slid in and out. It isn't that hard to make it so that even more ADU units can sit here instead of the pod. Removing the missile turret reveals a control room. There are multiple computers and clips to hold accessories. The ADU can be seen scanning the pod to get more details on the aliens. This room has glass looking into the pod room and into the final room. This last room has 2 different ways to get into it. Where the jet sits can be taken off, or the back can be lowered, making a ramp. First off, this little trolley can be stored back there. The trolley is a small cart with a driver's seat and a platform to put a stretcher or a pod. On either side of the truck, radar dishes can be lowered, giving it more of an HQ feel. The back of the truck is pretty open with some hooks for items, couple of drawers, and this device that I'm pretty sure is for scanning things. If you don't want the truck so long, the trailer can pop out, allowing you access to the middle control room. Even better is the trailer can pop off completely, allowing the HQ to be left behind, and the front half to roll out and blow up UFOs. Personally, I do wish they had made this a bit more of a military armored vehicle and left the HQ part out of it. Like if they'd made an HQ set with all the radars and testing stuff, they could have made the truck even more epic. Maybe added in more places for alien pods, added more weapons, and made it more of an ADU troop transport rather than an HQ. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love this set. I just think these changes would have given them another set that they could have put in the line, and also made this truck more of an alien defense vehicle. In one ad, they show tons of ADUs storming out of the back of the trailer. But I might also feel this way because I'm a sucker for troop transports. It also comes with a UFO in the same style as the previous ones. It has a bunch of laser cannons and a small cockpit for the alien trooper. The story of Alien Conquest starts with the Alien Conquest teaser trailer, where the alien commander locks onto Earth, sending his forces there. The aliens start invading Earth and kidnapping humans. To the rescue comes the ADU, who start taking down alien invaders. They end up taking one hostage and scanning it, which leads them to find out that the aliens have no brain. While interrogating the alien, the mothership swoops in and kidnaps the ADU commander and the news reporter. It turns out that aliens want to capture humans for their brain power because they don't have any.
Oh no! They want our brain power!
No wonder. They don't seem to have any themselves.
That is so dark. That wasn't a kid's TV spot? A LEGO Club magazine dives even more into the story. It starts with the ADU units trying to push back alien forces, but then a new alien walker appears. Back at the ADU command truck, the head scientist shows the commander memories downloaded from the alien android. This reveals a whole new layer to the plot. It turns out that this isn't the first time aliens have attacked. The first time they invaded, they enlisted the help of the Atlantis Guardians. The second time, they helped Amset-Ra build his pyramid. Now before we continue this storyline, we first need to jump back into 2 other storylines that take place a bit before this. The first is the Atlantis storyline. The Atlantis divers are headed back to the Golden King to say goodbye, but then they are attacked by Atlantis Guardians. They rush back to the Golden King to make sure he is safe, but it's too late. The Golden King has an alien clinger on his head, and right in front of the divers, he is grabbed by a giant claw. Before the explorers can do anything, the alien mothership speeds away with the captured king. Next, we need to jump into the Pharaoh's Quest part of this story. The Pharaoh's Quest team is being chased by a giant sphinx, when to the confusion of the explorers, flying mummies start attacking the sphinx. They get to the pyramid, and while the rest of the team fends off a group of Anubis guards, Jake Rains goes to find Amset-Ra. Before Jake can stop the pharaoh, he is hit with the sarcophagus. Amset-Ra is then grabbed by the alien mothership claw. This brings us right back to the main storyline. The ADU is fighting a new alien walker that looks to be made out of the parts from Pharaoh's Quest. The ADU Intercept shuttle flies into action, taking on the mech. Thanks to files from the alien cyborg, they find the weakness of this new mech, and the Intercept shuttle is able to blow it up. It then cuts to the alien commander with Amset-Ra and the Golden King, who is controlled by an alien clinger. Hypoxis 8 is scared that the ADU beat his newest plan, which leads him to call a retreat. Ra is furious that Hypoxis 8 failed again, even with the combined powers of the 3 leaders. But the alien commander starts laughing because the Earthlings think they have beat him. But he has one more little plan up his sleeve. Dump, dump, dump. Enter Lego Dino. Sadly, we didn't get any more to this story after this, but this small comic did so much world building in a very short amount of time. It connects Alien Conquest to Pharaoh's Quest, Atlantis, Dino, and through those to a few other themes. Personally, I can't think of another time that we got this big of a crossover between LEGO themes. Like, we had seen space and castle themes cross over in other themes in their genre, but we've never seen anything like this before. Before I move on, can I just say how cool it would have been if we got like a TV show or movie series that followed these different themes, and then in the end all the good guys have to team up to fight the combined forces that the alien commander leads? Like, that story would just be so good, and I would watch that to death. One thing I love about this theme is you want to get multiples of all these sets. No matter what set you get, it builds up an alien army and an ADU army at the same time. All the vehicles are generic enough that you could build an army out of them. Like, having a small squadron of Jet-Copters or a convoy of Earth Defense HQ would be awesome. Personally, I feel like this is one of the few non-castle or Star Wars themes that would be so much fun to army build. Like, if you had a Lego City, it wouldn't be that hard to incorporate alien forces flying through it while the ADU tries to defend. Other themes like Power Miners, Atlantis, and Pharaoh's Quest are amazing themes, but there's only so many you want of certain sets. For me, Alien Conquest is the perfect mix of generic and detailed. For the record, I'm not saying Alien Conquest is better than those other themes, but if you're someone who likes making armies and giant battles, Alien Conquest is definitely a viable option. I do wish we'd gotten more from this theme though. I mean, it would have been great to get more alien walkers, other alien ground vehicles, or even an alien dropship. And for the ADU side, I mean, I've already mentioned it, but a base for them. And there are numerous amounts of other sci-fi planes, military choppers that they could have made. Or other military ground vehicles. I mean, there's so many options to choose from, like a Humvee that has a turret on the back that a minifigure can control. It does feel like Lego ended this theme too early. First off, they put a ton of effort into the lore around this theme with comics and shorts. It kind of feels like they were trying to make Alien Conquest a big deal and then just dumped it, because there are images out there of unreleased Wave 2 sets. When it comes down to it, I think it's because of how dark this theme technically is. I mean, they have minifigures connected to suckers draining the brains out of them. It could also be that Lego doesn't really like military stuff and the ADU is kind of too close to military for them. But that's just a theory. No matter the case, Alien Conquest was just a fun theme overall that connected the lore of Lego even more. That's all for this episode. Just remember, have no fear, because the ADU is here. Till next time on Lego Spaceport.